Here we go. Hi. It's like we're on day 5 and would love to see if there's anyone out there who has been watching this series till day 5. If you have, please let me know. Even if it's the replay, I think it's just good to know who these this meditation tips I've been sharing, if it's helping anyone out there, would love to know. And I'm here with Cholula. She is on my lap, and I'm inside today because it was rainy, or not raining, windy. So I didn't want to be too windy. So you can hear me. But welcome, thanks for watching again. I'm back to give some more insight about mindfulness and some tips for you that you can use every day. And I also want to introduce the next topic that I'd like to talk about in regards to meditation, which is meditating from the heart. There she goes. So I'm a big fan of heart math. If anyone's heard of heart math, give me a heart and emoji heart so I know. But very powerful stuff. But before I go into the heart and why it's important to have a lot of awareness and also know how to meditate using the heart math technique, I want to just kind of review what we kind of talked about as far as mindfulness goes. In day 4, I actually took you through a mindfulness meditation where we used all the senses, and we also use the sixth sense where we go within to see how we're feeling. And I just want to add, and just to make sure you know that meditation, you can do it either way. You can do it sitting down in a very quiet space, or you can also use that meditation everywhere you go. You can use the six senses while you are standing in line and while you are walking, going for a walk. You can also do it while you're eating. Those are just some basic ones, but there's so many ways that mindfulness can be practiced without having to sit down and do the whole meditation thing. Because I know it can be difficult for some people to calm your mind long enough to have to meditate, and that's why mindfulness is so good to start with. It's like a starter. It's like a jump starter that you can use to get into meditation if you're not very good at slowing down your thoughts. But talking about your thoughts and why mindfulness is so good is because sometimes we feel like we are controlled by our thoughts, right? Like sometimes our thoughts are just like out of control, and they're like racing, and they're always like thinking negative and making you feel bad. And a lot of people think that we are our thoughts, and that whatever we think, that's what we are. But it's not true. We have positive thoughts, we have negative thoughts all the time. So the choice is, what are you going to focus on? What do you choose to focus on? Do you choose to focus on those positive thoughts, or choose to focus on the negative thoughts? Right now is a really good time to use these skills that I've been teaching in this series, because there is so much fear around the world right now with the coronavirus, and there's legitimate reasons to have fear and to have worry and to have stress and anxiety with jobs and things that are not, people are losing their jobs, and life is just so different right now for everybody. But this is also a time to put these skills into practice. Instead of letting your mind control you, using these mindfulness techniques to 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 get into control of your thoughts and what you focus on, because your thoughts become things, and whatever you think about, you bring about. It's like the law of attraction. You can believe that there's good in the world, and that's what my shirt says, believe there is good in the world, or you can believe there's bad in the world. Right now it like seems so bad. The world seems like so bad right now. But you can choose what you think and what you want to focus on. You can choose to focus on the good that is in the world right now, and all the people that are helping each other, and all the things that are happening that don't normally happen. Especially our planet is healing, and that doesn't normally happen. There's pollution that has subsided, the water has gotten better. So there's so many good things too that are happening, and we get to choose what to focus on. And that's why mindfulness is so great. So the last meditation, we've been practicing taking your focus to different things. So like right now, you might be focusing on my voice, or you might be focusing what's in the background, or you might be focusing on the chair you're sitting on because you're either really uncomfortable or comfortable. And so taking that time to switch your focus is you're training your brain on what you want it to focus on. So that way you can focus on the positive things because you've had practice in doing so. And so that kind of leads into why would we want to focus on our heart as well as all these other things, you know. But the heart is very powerful, and the heart is all about love too. A lot of people relate the heart to love, and the heart actually is more powerful than most people know about. In heart math, the research has shown that the heart actually has a brain. The heart has its own brain. Yes, it does. So that means a heart can actually function and beat without this brain because it has its own brain. So that's why you can actually take one heart out of their body and put it into another heart and it will start beating because it has its own brain. There's so many great and so much information out there, but I'm just sharing the basics for you today, and then we'll do a bit of practice of heart mindfulness, being heart-centered and mindful about your heart. But before we do that, I also wanted to share that they have found that the heart actually receives information before the brain. And so we've had it backwards. We always think that goes the brain down, tells the rest of the body what to do. But this research is showing that the heart actually knows things before the brain. And if you connect the heart and brain together, then you are going to be have more clarity. You're going to have better memory. You're actually going to have more calmness to your everyday. I don't know if you know, but when your heart starts racing, you can't really focus very well, right? So heart math actually gets you to focus and get your heartbeat at a steady rate, which also creates the rest of your body to become calm. It's called coherence. And it is a powerful, powerful, powerful tool. If you actually combine everything I've been teaching in my last series and then adding the heart math to it, it is really powerful. So let's just do a quick example. Then the next video, I will do like a whole meditation with the heart. But for now, I just want to give you kind of review what we've done already and then adding the heart to the mindfulness practice we've done. So if you haven't joined us before, that's all right. Just try this out, and then you can always go back and watch the other series to kind of get a little better with your breathing. So this is the last few times I've been talking a lot about breathing. So I still want you to use that breathing, but now we're going to add the heart mindfulness to it as well. So if you can get into a comfortable spot, and if there's noises around you, that's okay, because mindfulness and meditation, everything that's around you is going to be part of your experience. It's not good or bad if there's noise. It's just part of the experience, right? Every time I meditate, it's different, you know, and it's never going to be the same, and that's okay. So in your comfortable position, wherever you are, have your feet planted on the floor, and just put your hands wherever it feels comfortable on your body. And we're going to just kind of be aware of our surroundings. We're going to get really present and really grounded. And this really helps, again, helps anxiety, it helps stress, it helps so many things to get grounded and then to go and focus within the body instead of what's going on up here and getting out of the head. We're actually going to come out of the head and into the heart. So using our 6 senses, I want you to just kind of look around and see if you can find 6 things that are white. And just say them in your head. Once you find them, find the next one and just count 6 things. And then using your sense of touch, I want you to touch 5 things that have different textures. So, like my computer has a smooth texture, my hair has a different texture, my shirt. So, do 5 things. Now we're going to close our eyes. We're going to go within the body. And I would like you to listen for 4 different things, 4 different sounds. So it could, one of the sounds could be my voice, and try to find 4 different sounds. Good, and keeping your eyes closed the rest of the time, I want you to see if you can smell 3 different smells. You can smell your shirt, you can smell your breath, you can smell something that's in the room. And then your taste. So see if you can tune into the taste in your mouth. Maybe you had something earlier that you ate, or you can kind of breathe in the air. And if you can't taste 2 different things, that's okay. Then we're going to go to the last one. I want you to see how you feel right now. Just give it a word. How do you feel? Once you have that word, I want you to figure out where in your body do you feel that emotion, that sensation. And we're just being aware of it at this moment. We're not judging it. If it's a good feeling or a bad feeling, it just is what is. And that's okay. And now that we know how we feel, we're going to focus on your breathing. So start to go ahead and take all your focus and awareness on your breath. First, noticing the breathing, noticing your chest rising, noticing your diaphragm expanding, stomach expanding, ribs expanding. When you inhale, and when you exhale, feel it all contracting, taking it a little bit deeper and deeper. And as you're breathing, I want you now to focus in on your heart, keeping your breathing deep and calm, focusing in on the heart center. And I want you to see if you can tune into your heartbeat. Can you feel your heart beating? And put some awareness on the heart. If you could see the heart, put some awareness at the top of your heart. Put awareness at the bottom of your heart. Visualize maybe how big it could be, what it looks like as it's beating. And I want you to pretend that you can breathe through the heart. So now taking that deep breathing that you're doing and breathe in and out of the heart space. And that is as far as we're going to go today, but you did an excellent job. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and see if you feel a little calmer. I know I do. If you maybe were sensing like a lot of brain activity after doing something like this, it really calms your mind and gets you in a more clear, feeling clear and attuned to your senses, as well as more peace, possibly. And if not, it's okay. But just know that this is a tool that you can use and you can try again at any time to see if you can feel a little bit more calm and clarity and peace with. So I hope to join you next time. I will do a lot less talking and we will do just meditating, and we will take the heart math a step further and do the entire heart math steps. So I hope this helped out a lot, and I hope you have some more time to focus on your heart, because love is a powerful energy. And I heard this quote from Stevie Medina on a podcast, and she said, if in the current moment your heart is filled with love, your future moments will be filled with love too. And I hope they are for you. All right, hope to see you again. Have a great night. Take care.